Welcome back to another Monday Night Webcast. It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Today, as always, I'm going to be answering all your questions about international dating and marriage. And if you didn't know, International Women's Day, March 8th, is coming up. So we do have a poll question for you, which is, how do you plan on celebrating International Women's Day? So let me know if you're aware of it, and if you are, how are you going to celebrate it? So let's start with reminding of our upcoming dating seminars: Miami, May 16th, London, July 18th, and Los Angeles, August 22nd. So don't forget to RSVP. It's 4-hour events, it's totally free, so you can come meet our staff, John Adams, Tanya, couples that met on our tours, previous tour clients that can share experience. So I recommend not to miss a seminar if it's somewhere in your area. We have guys traveling from other parts of the country. We had guys flying from New York for Phoenix seminar or LA seminar. So don't miss it. It's a great opportunity for you to get to know us and what we do, and get the tips on how to do it the right way. And as far as the upcoming group tours, we have a Medellin tour starting in a few days, March 5th. Might be a little too late to sign up for that, but hey, never too late. Bangkok tour, March 26th, and we're gonna have also additional social event there where Chinese ladies from China are gonna be flying over to Bangkok. And Shenzhen tour, so you can actually do back-to-back. You can do Bangkok tour and then go to China. April 2nd is a Shenzhen tour, so we do have a lot of opportunities for you to meet beautiful, beautiful ladies. And another thing, we do have very interesting videos for you from Bangkok. So since we're talking about the Thailand tour, let's go to that, and then I'm gonna answer all your questions, and we're gonna talk about International Women's Day.
My uncle married into a Thai family, so I grew up eating Thai food. Every time I say that, I get asked if I like spicy food, and yes, I like spicy food.
So you like spicy lady also?
Oh yeah.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you. Where are you from?
Georgia in the United States.
Georgia. Yes. And so you from Scotland?
My ancestors are.
What you looking for in the lady?
Someone I can just share a good time with and have a conversation with and talk with and just be a normal, regular person with. Be nice if we shared some of the same hobbies like hiking, camping, stuff that I like to do, stuff that she likes to do. Either way, you know, there's compromise to be had everywhere. The biggest thing is to find someone that's compatible.
Okay. And why do you like Thai lady? Why you pick to come into Bangkok?
I came to Bangkok when I was 18 as a private chef. Fell in love with the country, the culture. My uncle married into a Thai family when he was in Vietnam, so I grew up eating Thai food and love the food. Every time I say that, I get asked if I like spicy food, and yes, I like spicy food.
So you
But-
like spicy lady also?
Oh yeah, gotta have a little bit of attitude in there.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
I
too.
hope you find a spicy lady tonight.
I found a couple.
Okay. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
น้องเบียร์เป็นไงบ้างคะวันนี้ปาร์ตี้เดทสปีดเดทของเราวันนี้
รู้สึกว่าปาร์ตี้ก็สนุกค่ะ ผู้ชายก็งานดีมากทุกคน
เป็นไงปิ๊งปังกี่คนละคะคืนนี้มีแบบหมายตาที่จะไปต่อบ้างไหม
มีหมายตาไว้ก็ประมาณ 2-3 คนนะคะ
2-3 คน แล้วอยากบอกว่าประสบการณ์ที่มาสมัครหาคู่ที่นี่เป็นยังไงบ้าง
ก็ประสบการณ์เหรอคะก็ได้เดทค่ะ ได้เดท
ได้ออก
แล้วเราก็
เดทบ้าง
ได้เรียน
อือฮึ
เรียนรู้ไปเรื่อยๆค่ะ ก็รู้ว่าเดทแล้วกับผู้ชายกับผู้ชายท่านนี้นะคะ เราเดทแล้วเราแบบเป็นยังไงเรารู้สึกว่าใช่หรือไม่ใช่อะไรประมาณเนี้ยค่ะ ก็ได้เหมือนได้เขาเรียกว่าได้เรียนรู้ที่จะแบบ
ประสบการณ์
ใช่เรียนรู้ประสบการณ์ใน
ออกเดท
ใช่ค่ะ ก็ได้ประสบการณ์ในการออกเดท ใช่
แล้วเป้าหมายที่เราฝ่ายชายที่เรามองหาเนี่ยเป็นยังไงบ้าง
ฝ่ายชายที่มองหาเหรอคะ ก็อยากได้โซลเมทที่ดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
เดี๋ยวช่วยแนะนำตัวสั้นๆ ให้เราได้รู้จักนะคะ ว่าชื่อเล่นชื่ออะไรมาจากที่ไหนคะ
ชื่อเนตตี้ค่ะ มาจากศรีสะเกษค่ะ จังหวัดศรีสะเกษค่ะ
แล้วก็คุณนัตตี้เนี่ยดูเป็นคนที่สวยมั่นใจขนาดนี้ทำไมถึงเลือก AFA เราเนี่ยให้เป็นหนึ่งในการหาคู่ครั้งนี้คะ
อยากเปิดประสบการณ์ใหม่ๆอะค่ะ ก็เลยเห็นเพจตรงนี้ก็เลยลองเข้ามาสมัครเป็นสมาชิกดูอะค่ะ
ช่วยบอกอะไรก็ได้ หรือว่าเหตุการณ์อะไรที่ทำให้คุณนัตตี้เนี่ยตัดสินใจในการมองหาสามีหรือว่าคนรักในครั้งนี้ค่ะ
ก็คือก็โสดมานานก็เลยอยากมีครอบครัวค่ะ แล้วก็อยากตัดสินใจที่แบบเปิดใจศึกษาคุยกันก่อนค่ะ อันดับแรกแล้วก็อยากย้ายไปอยู่ต่างประเทศอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
ค่ะช่วยบอกความรู้สึกหรือว่าอธิบายว่าผู้ชายที่ได้เจอในงานนี้เป็นยังไงบ้างคะ
ก็มีน่ารักนะคะ แล้วก็แอบมองอยู่คนสองคนค่ะ
แล้วได้พบใครที่สนใจไหมคะ
ก็ไม่แน่ใจนะคะ แต่ก็คิดว่าน่าจะมี
แล้วคิดว่าพนักงานหรือว่าสตาฟที่นี่เป็นยังไงบ้างคะ
ก็โอเคดีนะคะเอนเตอร์เทนดีอะค่ะ
ค่ะ โดยรวมแล้วได้รับประสบการณ์หรือว่าความรู้สึกไงในงานในคืนนี้บ้างคะ
รู้สึกประทับใจนะคะ แล้วก็ได้เพื่อนใหม่ด้วย แล้วก็เหมือนเอนจอยค่ะ สนุกกับเกมด้วย แล้วก็อาหารก็อร่อยดีค่ะ
แล้วอยากจะบอกหรือว่าแนะนำอะไรกับคนที่กำลังลังเลหรือว่ายังไม่มั่นใจที่จะเข้ามาหาคู่กับบริษัทเราอะค่ะ
เดี๋ยวลองเปิดใจเข้ามาสมัครดูนะคะ ก็คือที่นี่ก็คือให้แนะนำให้คำปรึกษาดีอะค่ะ แล้วก็แบบลองมาแลกเปลี่ยนประสบการณ์ดูอะค่ะ ศึกษาดูค่ะ
ขอบคุณมากเลยค่ะสำหรับวันนี้แล้วก็ขอบคุณที่มาร่วมงานของเราในครั้งนี้นะคะ
ค่ะ
แล้วก็โอกาสหน้าไว้ได้เจอกันอีก
โอเคค่ะ
ขอบคุณนะคะ
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
ส วัสดีค่ะ ชื่ออิสราค่ะ มาจากกรุงเทพค่ะ
คุณอิสราเนี่ยดูเป็นคนที่มั่นใจแล้วก็มีความบันยนขนาดนี้ทำไมถึงเลือก ASA ของเราเนี่ยให้เป็นหนึ่งในการหาคู่ให้ครั้งนี้ค่ะ
อ๋อค่ะใช่เพราะว่าได้ยินชื่อเสียงของ FA นะคะจากเพื่อนๆแนะนำกันมาว่ามาร่วมกิจกรรมกับที่นี่แล้วสนุกสนานค่ะก็เลยลองมาดูแล้วก็สนุกจริงๆค่ะคืนนี้ได้รู้จักเพื่อนใหม่เยอะเลยค่ะแล้วก็คุณผู้ชายที่มาก็น่ารักแล้วก็สุภาพทุกคนค่ะ
แล้วช่วยเล่าว่าอะไรคือเหตุการณ์ที่ทำให้เราเนี่ยตัดสินใจในการมองหาสามีหรือว่าคนรักในครั้งนี้คะ
ก็รู้สึกว่าอายุเราก็เหมาะสมแล้วนะคะคือรู้สึกแมชชัวร์ในตัวเองเราหน้าที่การงานอะไรก็ดีหมดทุกอย่างแล้ว ก็ยังมีสิ่งเดียวนะคะที่ยังอยากจะเติมเต็มในชีวิตนะคะก็คือคู่ชีวิตที่ดีค่ะ ก็เลยมาที่นี่ค่ะ
แล้วก็ช่วยบอกความรู้สึกหรือว่าอธิบายว่าผู้ชายที่ได้เจอในงานนี้เป็นยังไงบ้างคะ
นะคะคุณหนุ่มๆที่มาที่นี่นะคะสิ่งแรกที่รู้สึกเลยคือเขาเป็นสุภาพบุรุษค่ะแล้วก็โปรไฟล์ดีนะคะโปรไฟล์ดีมากเลยแล้วก็เวลาที่เขาคุยกับเราเขาให้เกียรติค่ะชอบตรงนี้ค่ะ
แล้วตอนนี้มีเจอคนที่สนใจในงานบ้างไหมคะ
ก็มีถูกชะตากันนะคะก็คุยทักทายกันแล้วถูกคอคุยถูกคอก็มีเหมือนกันค่ะ
ได้ค่ะแล้วคิดว่าพนักงานหรือว่าสตาฟที่นี่เป็นยังไงบ้างคะ
สตาฟน่ารักมากค่ะอยากจะชมเลยนะคะตั้งแต่ที่คุยกันออนไลน์นะคะทุกคนแบบว่าเทคแคร์ดีมากเลยให้ข้อมูลอย่างดีแล้วก็พอมาถึงที่นี่แล้วคือทุกคนต้อนรับแบบเรารู้สึกอบอุ่นนะคะ
ค่ะแล้วก็โดยรวมแล้วเนี่ยได้รับประสบการณ์หรือว่าความรู้สึกยังไงบ้างในงานคืนนี้
ภาพรวมนะคะรู้สึกแฮปปี้ค่ะรู้สึกสนุกคือมาคนเดียวค่ะแต่ว่าได้เพื่อนใหม่แล้วก็สตาฟดูแลดีมากเราไม่รู้สึกว่าแบบเหงาเลยค่ะ
แล้วอยากบอกหรือว่าแนะนำอะไรกับผู้ชายหรือผู้หญิงที่กำลังดูคลิปนี้หรือว่ากำลังลังเลในการที่จะมาบริษัทเราเนี่ยค่ะอยากแนะนำอะไรให้เขาได้รู้จักมากขึ้น
ค่ะก็วันนี้มางานแล้วเนี่ยเห็นเลยนะคะว่าทีมงานของ AFA เนี่ยทำงานอย่าง professional มากค่ะทั้งในระดับผู้บริหารแล้วก็ระดับน้องๆสตาฟที่น้องๆแอดมินที่ดูแลนะคะรวมถึงน้องๆล่ามที่เป็นแอดมินที่ดูแลทุกคนเนี่ยน่ารักทุกคนจริงๆค่ะมาที่นี่เรารู้สึกเป็นกันเองแล้วก็อบอุ่นมากค่ะ
ขอบคุณมากเลยค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
แล้วก็ขอบคุณมากๆเลยที่ให้เกียรติในการสัมภาษณ์ในครั้งนี้แล้วก็มาร่วมงานเราในครั้งนี้
ค่ะยินดีมากค่ะ
หวังเป็นอย่างยิ่งว่าเราจะยังได้มาเจอกันในงานนี้อีกอยู่หรือว่าถ้าไม่ได้เจอในงานนี้ก็ประสบความสำเร็จในการแบบเรื่องของความรักแล้วก็มีคู่อย่างที่คาดหวังนะคะ
ขอบคุณมากค่ะ
เลยนะคะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
Feels right when it's wrong. I've stayed here too long, but something brings me back to you. I swear we belong. I'm still hanging on, but something brings me back to you. Back to you, back to you, back to you. Back to you, back to you, back to you, you, you. Right when it's wrong, I've stayed here too long, but something brings me back to you. I swear we belong. I'm still hanging on, but something brings me back to you.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
เดี๋ยวช่วยแนะนำตัวสั้นๆให้เราได้รู้จักว่าชื่อเล่นชื่ออะไรมาจากที่ไหนค่ะ
ค่ะชื่อเล่นชื่อก้อยนะคะก้อยอยู่กรุงเทพค่ะบ้านจริงๆอยู่ที่นนทบุรีนะคะวันนี้ก็สนุกมากเลยที่มาร่วมเป็นแขกที่ในงานนะคะเป็นครั้งที่3แล้วค่ะที่มา ยังไงก็อยากชวนเพื่อนๆนะคะเข้ามาแบบจอยกันเยอะๆอะไรอย่างเงี้ยคือรับรองว่าที่นี่แบบเป็นแบบเฟรนลี่กันมากๆแล้วก็คุณผู้ชายก็เป็นสุภาพบุรุษค่ะ
คุณก้อยดูเป็นคนที่มีความมั่นใจสวยแล้วก็มีเสน่ห์ขนาดนี้ทำไมถึงเลือก AFA ของเราเนี่ยให้เป็นหนึ่งในการช่วยหาคู่ในครั้งนี้คะ
จริงๆแล้วอ่ะชอบบริษัทนี้เพราะว่าหนึ่งคือถ้าจะเชิญเรามาแล้วก็ถามว่าโอเคแบบเราคุยกันในสไตล์ด้วยกันอะไรอย่างเงี้ยไปด้วยกันได้ไหมอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็เราชอบคือเป็นพนักงานที่แบบน่ารักมากจริงๆที่นี่แบบ
อะไรคือเหตุการณ์ที่ทำให้คุณก้อยเนี่ยตัดสินใจในการมองหาสามีหรือว่าคนรักในครั้งนี้ค่ะ
จริงๆอ่ะก้อยคือด้วยความอายุเยอะแล้วนะคะก็40แล้วก็อยากหาชีวิตที่มั่นคงนะคะหาคู่ชีวิตที่แบบไปกินไปเที่ยวใช้ชีวิตไลฟ์สไตล์ด้วยกันอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะคือไม่อยากให้แบบอยู่แบบเขาเรียกว่าช่วงอายุตอนปลายแล้วมาแบบนั่งอยู่แบบธรรมดาอยู่แต่บ้านอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเราต้องการสเปนไทม์ด้วยกันดูแลกันเช็คแคร์ทำกับข้าวดูหนังอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะสเปนไทม์มากกว่า
ก็ช่วยบอกความรู้สึกหรือว่าอธิบายว่าผู้ชายที่เราได้เจอในงานครั้งนี้หรือในงานคืนนี้ค่ะเป็นยังไงบ้าง
ผู้ชายที่เจอในงานคืนนี้นะคะเขาเฟรนลี่มากนิสัยดีแล้วก็ให้เกียรติเราในเขาเรียกว่าความเป็นสุภาพบุรุษก็มีการเต้นรำอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเขาก็จะเชิญว่าคุณสะดวกไปเต้นกับผมไหมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะไม่มีการแตะเนื้อต้องตัวถึงกับลวนลามแต่ว่าอาจจะมีใกล้ชิดนิดหน่อยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันเป็นความแบบเขาเรียกภาษากายเนาะภาษากายก็จะทำให้เรารู้สึกว่าผู้ชายคนนี้ดูอบอุ่นนะผู้ชายคนนี้ดูแบบเป็นผู้ชายแบบไหนอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันสัมผัสได้ค่ะ
แล้วได้งานเนี่ยได้เจอใครที่ถูกใจหรือว่าสนใจบ้างไหมคะ
จริงๆมีนะคะมีปิ๊งอยู่ค่ะแต่เขาน่าจะแบบว่ามีเดทไปแล้ว รอต่อไป
โอเคค่ะคิดว่าพนักงานหรือว่าสตาฟที่นี่เป็นยังไงบ้างคะ
พนักงานจริงๆชอบมากนะคะเป็นพนักงานที่แบบเวลาเรามีปัญหาอะไรเราปรึกษาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเขาซัพพอร์ตเราเต็มที่ทุกอย่างเลย
แล้วโดยรวมแล้วเนี่ยได้ประสบการณ์หรือว่าความรู้สึกยังไงบ้างกับงานในคืนนี้ค่ะ
ประสบการณ์เหรอจริงๆมา3 ครั้งแล้วอะประสบการณ์ของก้อยก็จะเรื่อยๆกับการแดนซ์กับการไนซ์กับคนทั่วไปอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็ที่สำคัญคือเรารู้จักกับเพื่อนใหม่ที่นี่ด้วยก็จะมีการแบบโอเคเราแลกไลน์คุยกันอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
คืออย่างน้อยไม่ได้เจอคนรักที่นี่แต่เราได้เพื่อน
ใช่
แล้วสุดท้ายนี้แบบว่าอยากบอกอะไรหรือว่าอยากแนะนำอะไรกับผู้ชายหรือผู้หญิงที่ได้ดูคลิปนี้หรือว่าเขากำลังลังเลใจที่จะตัดสินใจเข้ามาบริษัทนี้ค่ะ
จริงๆอยากเชิญนะคะเชิญชวนเพื่อนๆผู้หญิงที่แบบคิดว่าตัวเองกำลังมองหาคู่แล้วก็อยากแนะนำว่าบริษัทเนี้ยเขาเป็นบริษัทที่มั่นคงจริงๆแล้วก็มีอยู่จริงนะคะสำหรับผู้หญิงที่ต้องการสามีหรือแต่งงานเพราะว่าเห็นบอกว่าคืนนี้ก็มีหลายคู่แล้วที่เดทไปอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเราก็อยากแนะนำว่าโอเคนะถ้าเกิดว่าอยากเข้ามาก็ลองสมัครกับทางพี่แอดมินหรือว่าติดต่อทางช่องทาง Official อะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะได้
ขอบคุณมากเลยนะคะสำหรับการสัมภาษณ์ในครั้งนี้แล้วก็ขอบคุณมากที่เป็นเกียรติในงานคืนนี้แล้วก็อยู่กับบริษัทของเราแล้วก็รู้สึกดีกับพนักงานกับบริษัทแล้วก็เหมือนทำให้เห็นภาพลักษณ์ของบริษัทในทางที่ดีขึ้นก็หวังว่าจะมีโอกาสได้เจอกันในงานครั้งต่อๆไปหรือว่าขอให้คุณก้อยเนี่ยได้เจอกับคนที่ถูกใจเร็วๆนะคะ
ยินดีค่ะยินดีค่ะขอบคุณค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
Thailand and wonderful Thai ladies. Speaking of ladies, so let's talk about that International Women's Day and how countries celebrate it all over the world. Of course, one of the biggest countries that celebrated the most, that would be Ukraine. So, in Russia, and pretty much, for all these Eastern European countries, because especially during Soviet Union, that was a big holiday. It's official holiday, day off. I don't think it's a holiday now in Ukraine due to curfew law, but martial art law. But in other countries, it is still a big deal, and people celebrate it. So it might not be official day off in Ukraine anymore, but women still expect flowers, congratulations, and all women get flowers, regardless of their marital status, their age. So anything from kindergartners to grandmas, they all expect flowers and saying something. So I guess it's a combination of Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, and something else. So it's very, very important. So make sure that if you correspond with someone from Eastern Europe, you're gonna send her a message and say Happy International Women's Day, ask her how she's celebrating it. It's also a fairly big deal in China. I guess it's also this communist tradition rolled over to China a bit. So yes, also celebrate it. I think they get like half day off, not full day off, but they still, it's worth mentioning to her and ask how she's celebrating it. They do celebrate it to a certain extent in the Philippines, a little bit less than China or Eastern Europe, but still it's a decent holiday there, so you still can mention it. Other countries like Colombia or Costa Rica, not so much. It's less common to them. But again, you can ask your lady how she's doing and how she's celebrating it. So let's get to your questions. And again, guys, don't forget to send that holiday gifts. If you're thinking about sending her something, flowers, small gift, whatever it is, just do it. Don't wait till the last moment. And so again, doesn't have to be anything major. It's just something sign that you're thinking of her, and it's less pressure than on Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is definitely a very romantic holiday. International Women's Day is a more neutral holiday, so you just celebrate all women in your life. So let's get to your questions and see what we have. John says, what's required for a visit? Well, John, can you specify your question a little bit? Visit to where? What country? Because there's a little bit different procedures, a little bit different things you need to prepare to travel to, each of the countries that we go to. So let me know, and I'll be happy to share more specific details. Mitchell says, what problem specifically do American men think overseas dating solves, and how often does it actually solve the problem? Well, I would say international dating, overseas dating is a little bit more friendly, if we use that word, because women in the United States can be more, they're not interested or something. They can be a little bit more upfront. They can be a little harsh in their rejection. So it can be very sensitive and offensive to a lot of guys. But overseas, somebody goes overseas, first of all, you're gonna get higher interest from women to begin with. And of course, yes, maybe not everybody's gonna fall in love with you, but the ladies that are not interested, if they need to turn you down, it's gonna be done in a very more polite, gentle way, so it doesn't hurt anybody's self-esteem. But again, more ladies will be interested because you guys looking for the same thing. So a lot of guys that traveling overseas are looking for the traditional relationship, and that's what a lot of ladies in those destinations are looking for as well. So since you're looking for the same common goal, more chances you'll find what you're looking for. All right, Greg says, how many of men actually get married after doing this? Well, it's a difficult question to answer because, first of all, there is no exact statistics. We don't keep track of it because it's impossible. We have thousands of people travel in different destinations, and some people, if we made friends or get to know each other, they get back with us and let us know, hey, I met this woman, we're engaged, or we're getting married. So let us know. But overall, people meet, and then it's just they run away to sunset, start their beautiful family. And in most of the cases, we don't hear from them. So yeah, we don't have the statistics on that. Overall, as far as the general impression, it can also vary by destination. Right. Blue says, yeah, he's got it killed. I must have started something. See, you trendsetter now. Everybody now likes to wear a kilt. Eric says, if a man struggles with dating in the US, what personal changes actually raise his odds overseas versus just changing geography? Well, of course, yeah, just changing geography is okay. It will be beneficial, but you also have to do some work prior to a trip. So you make sure that your best version of yourself, so whatever it takes, make sure your finances in order, because it's going to be a big part of it. Once you meet the one you like, and you want to proceed with visas, it's going to require some financial resources, and you also need to be able to support your fiance and wife, at least in the beginning of this process. So make sure you don't put extra unnecessary stress on your future relationship by not being prepared financially. So make sure you're prepared financially, make sure you're mentally prepared for something like this, and also in physical appearance. You don't have to be looking like Vin Diesel and be in best physical shape, but at least just make sure you dress nicely, get a fresh haircut, just do those basic things. It's gonna really help. And let's go to the next question. Pierre says, how much do age gaps impact long-term success rates, and at what point do they become a predictable liability? Well, it just, again, a lot of it depends on destination. If we're talking about Philippines, it's a little bit different animal. So in the Philippines, ladies are way more open to age gap compared to other countries. In most of destinations that we go, ladies still prefer overall 10-15 years age gaps. They can be open to more. But yes, as you mentioned, it can come with the consequences. Even though people can have a chemistry in the beginning, then they can figure out that the lifestyle is very different once she moves over here and you start living together. You just might be on totally different energy level, and you might just want to relax and watch Netflix after a long day of work, and she can be still interested in going party. So there's something you need to, in those cases, if there is a big age gap, I'd recommend to date for a little bit longer that you would normally do to get to know each other. So better invest those extra 3-4 months in this relationship than regret it later. And especially if you can maybe take some trips together. So make sure you spend 24/7 together for extensive period of time. So there would be no surprises, and make sure that your energy level match. Makisik says, I just purchased an AI handle translator. That's great. That's gonna help you on your trip. I had one, it wasn't that great, but some are better than others. So maybe it's better to invest a little bit more money in something like this, especially even though if you use interpreter on your second date, yes, at some point you and the lady need to be alone and get to know each other without the presence of a third person. So those headphones, earbuds come in very handy. Those I personally had it. First of all, it does require internet connection, so it works only in places that has Wi-Fi. So if you're at a restaurant, make sure you're connected to your Wi-Fi. But the downside of the ones that I had, it picks up a lot of noise. So if you sit at the restaurant, the tables are close together, it picks up other conversation and mix words from one conversation another, and it just becomes a very big, strange blur of nonsense. So make sure you get the good ones, not the one I had. $50 probably not the best investment. Get the good one. Steven says, how often do couples fight about gender roles, friends, nightlife, or social media? One second, just lost it. Give me a second. How often do couples fight about gender roles, friends, nightlife, or social media once daily life replaces vacation energy? Well, the first year for every couple after she comes here is gonna be a challenging period. Just imagine you have not lived together before, so you're not only learning how to live with each other as a new couple, but also there is such thing as relocation for her, whole new culture, in not having her support group of friends, and just whole strange environment. It creates extra stress So the first year, be prepared. There are gonna be some issues, conflicts, misunderstandings. So it will require extra patience on both sides to help, and understand that you truly love and care for each other to get through this complicated process. After that, it gets much easier. It's gonna get better. So make sure that you can get through this first year. Just prepare all the resources, because there will be a lot of issues. Maybe not so much about the gender roles, but nightlife, so social life, social media, and or whatever it is. Yes, most likely you're gonna have different views about it. So just be prepared. Survive the first year. Blue says, if you want to meet the woman of your dreams, go on a tour, don't write letters, just go. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, Blue, I lost this. Yeah, again. You might meet someone who is not on the site. Exactly. So you can go to social, and quite often we have so many new profiles, and ladies also, that they might love, if it's their first socials, they don't know what to expect. You want to bring a girlfriend or sister, some female friend, which are also single. So you might not ever meet this woman in real life, but social is your opportunity to meet those ladies who's not, they're just fresh new to the site, or the friend of a friend. I'll definitely recommend to go to social, because you don't know what's going to happen. You have 100, 200 ladies in front of you to meet, and one of them may be the one. Chris says, what tends to break the deal most often? Language, family expectations, money, jealousy, distance, or culture shock after the honeymoon phase? Well, jealousy is less common, so everybody's different, of course, but I didn't see jealousy as a top issue between couples. Language can be certain, but yes, can create certain tension in a family, but again, it can be overcome. Money is definitely, again, is a big factor. If a lady didn't have a clear understanding of how her future life is gonna be. So make sure when you're in this honeymoon stage, when you're doing fiancé visa, just explain her exactly where you live, what's the budget for everything, so she has clear expectations, so she doesn't live in this Hollywood romance fantasies in her life and doesn't think her life is going to look like Hollywood movie once she comes here. It's gonna, because yes, right now you're taking trips, you having fancy vacations and all that, but real life is gonna be a little bit different from this vacation experience. So only conversation will prevent these issues in the future. And see what else was there. 1 second. Yeah, distance not really. If you're dating for an extended period of time, and especially when you're fiancé visa, you can spend a year or 2 years on long distance relationship. Can be very difficult. So again, make sure you have just two of you have a routine on, so you wake up in the morning, you expect to send her a message, and vice versa. Figure out what days of the week is the best for two of you to do video calls. Maybe if you can do it daily, it's fantastic. If not, then how many times a week you can do video calls just to stay in touch, to share your daily life so you don't grow apart. And culture shock, well, there's gonna be some of it, but I'm sure you're gonna help her through that. Alright, and the next one would be Vian says, my Russian lady and I going to Bangkok and Pattaya this summer. Well, I'm not a big fan of Pattaya, but again, it's my personal. Bangkok definitely sure is interesting, and I'm sure you're gonna have a good time. Russian citizens do not require a visa to travel to Thailand, so it's gonna be a good vacation. Usually Russians go to Bangkok and Phuket. Pattaya has a little bit of a bad reputation, but again, it's between two of you. Enjoy your vacations, have fun, and I'm sure you're gonna have a good time together. Brickstone says, I could find a way to celebrate and honor the women's. I think I'll call my mom. It's a good thing to do. Just call your mom, say, hey, happy International Women's Day, whether she knows about it or not. Maybe you should tell her a little bit more about it, and I'm sure she'll should love to feel like that she's appreciated and you think about her. Joe says, the day is only viable in Eastern Europe and Eurasia. It doesn't count in the US. Yeah, well, but you're not dating American women here. We're talking about overseas dating. So yes, but with that being said, I'm still we're still bringing this tradition to the office. We're still gonna have a lovely International Women's Day lunch at the office anyway. That's a game plan. Travis says, "Are Ukrainian women the most beautiful?" Well, that I can, I am biased. I'm completely the wrong person to say that. All women are beautiful in their own way, so it's just a matter of personal preferences, really. Rob says, "Will my US Uber app work in Colombia?" To the best of my knowledge, it does. You might, because some rules, for some countries it changes from year to year. Some countries ban Uber, stuff like that. So you might wanna just Google it right before you go. But last time I was there, I believe it was working. So I think you'll be fine. But just double check. Paul says. Poll question. "I'm celebrating by thanking the women who helped build my life and not pretending I did it all alone." Well, that's a fantastic comment. Thank you, Paul. Brandon says, poll question. "I'm celebrating by deleting the dating apps for 24 hours and remembering women exist in real life." Well, they definitely do. And, it's dating apps again are great and we all use it, but also sometimes it can be interesting experience to approach somebody in just real life. You see somebody interesting in a grocery store and you approach and just start talking. You'll be surprised of kind of reception you can get. Vin says, "Age gap with my Russian girlfriend is 22. Well, again, it's not the most common, and I'm not saying it's not gonna work. So it does work. I know a lot of couples for whom it does work. Just make sure you build really solid relationship, because a little bit of they say an age is just a number, but when you live together for a while, some just life habits can impact it. And of course, again, it's not everything. People can be the same age and they have completely total interest, life habits, and they're just not happy. And the couple can have 30, 40 years age gap and can be happy together as can be. So age is not everything, but just, factor that a little bit. But again, I'm very happy for you and your fiancé. Joe says, "I need to get some formal type clothes, also maybe a man makeover before I set a tour date." Well, we have Marina, Joe's wife, because I'm sure you've seen on some webcast. She's actually working as a personal stylist, so if you guys want to talk to Marina, reach out to our front desk, Brianna, and she can help to get in touch with Marina, and she does affordable consultation on men's styles. She'll be a personal shopper. She'll help you pick outfits that will attract ladies, because she knows what Ukrainian ladies like. Well, not only Ukrainian ladies. I mean, of course, when you go to social, all ladies will notice sharp dressed men. Listen to the dope. They know something about it. Let's see, Ukraine Dave, "I'm gonna send gift to myself on March 8th, alright? Whatever makes you happy." Blue says, "Women love a man in a kilt, it's confidence." Yeah, that is for sure. Makes you stand out in the room. Rick says, "I'm celebrating by raising my standards for how I treat women, even when nobody is watching." That is a really good thing to do. Thank you, Rick, for doing that. It's always important to treat a woman right. It doesn't have to be only in a dating scenario. It's just all women in your life. They all will appreciate that. Connor says, "Hello and thank you for the show this evening. Make a sufficient income plus. Is there a suggested way to not broadcast this to the ladies without seeming like not telling them the truth about my life?" Well, of course, you don't have to come to them with your tax return forms and show them exactly how much money you make. It will be important for ladies to know that yes, you make enough income to support your future family. So it's important. It's a big factor. It's gonna make her more relaxed. So you can tell her what you're doing. You don't have to wear a Rolex watch or whatever it is. Don't have to wear a super flashy designer outfit. But just, just let her know, yeah, you're fine. You can just tell her, I'm financially stable, everything is okay, nothing need to be worried about. But don't go into details much. But with that being said, there are gold diggers that gonna be attracted to you. They're gonna go for it very like, oh, this guy has money, so I'm gonna try to get a new iPhone or fur coat out of him. So at least that you'll weed them out pretty fast. So yeah. So normally, like when we have executive clients, we, of course, we tell them, okay, this is executive, this VIP client, but we also don't explain anything about, his personal properties, fancy cars or houses or whatever it is. We don't tell it to them. So yeah, he's doing well for himself, but that's where I leave it. We don't go into details. Speedman says we shouldn't overdress. If we don't dress like that, normal. I agree and disagree. You should wear something that you're comfortable in, but also, with that being said, you're there to attract women's attention. So if you show up in old Levi's jeans and a wrinkled T-shirt, you're not gonna get any dates. So yeah, I understand in daily life you're not gonna wear a fancy suit. Okay, I get it, but you have only 2 minutes to make an impression. Actually, 30 seconds to make a first impression on a woman and stand out in a room full of guys. So you do want to dress up. So don't wear something you're completely not comfortable. You need to be comfortable and confident in your own skin when you go to those socials. But also, with that being said, make sure you dress appropriately. If you're not dressed up enough for the occasion, imagine all these ladies show up in beautiful dresses with the makeup done, hair done. Okay, so they also don't wake up like this in the morning. They've spent 3 hours, they put 3 hours in their outfits and their looks that evening. So you can respect them enough by showing them like, well, I put this effort in my outfit tonight too. Joe says, thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna. I will inquire about Marina when time permits. Yes, and again, she's doing a good job. She can help you with a little transformation if you opt for that. Grinder Gander says Casio or Rolex anyways. Well, yeah, well, whatever it is. Again, you don't have to wear something super flashy, which I really don't recommend even for safety reasons. Imagine. So you walking around, late at night, and you can end up in the wrong part of town, and you all this, wearing huge gold chain, again, the expensive watch, and God only knows what. You're gonna attract unnecessary attention, not from the women, but who knows what. Even though like our tours are, very safe, we stay in good parts of town, very tourist friendly, but sometimes you can have a date in a restaurant a bit far from the area where you're supposed to be. You go to this for the restaurant with a nice view, and then you just decide to take a little walk, and you don't know the city, you don't know where you're at, so you can get in trouble. So don't wear that flashy stuff. First of all, don't take it with you overseas to begin with, or if you really have to bring your 7 Rolex watch, then at least leave it in a safe in your room and save it for the other dates. Brickstone says, I hope to go on a tour before the end of the year. Well, that's a good game plan. So hopefully 2027 you're gonna be in a relationship with someone special. You can file for that fiancé visa. There is no reason to delay. The fiancé visa takes a year, and nobody's getting any younger here, so let's go for it. So yes, hopefully you'll be in the position to travel and meet someone. Grinder Gander says, for the poll question, I'll be taking my mom out for a nice dinner, and that is very sweet of you, and I'm sure your mother will really appreciate your good son. Isaac says, what's the real budget range for a first trip, including hidden costs that surprise guys? Again, it's so hard for me to say it. As basically a question is like, well, how much does it cost to buy a car? Well, there is 95 Honda, or there is Rolls Royce. What are we talking about? Cars are different, right? So there are different ways to do it. We have group tours, individual introductions. So the cost is very, very, very different. Depends what part of the world you travel into. Are you going to Costa Rica where your flight is going to be $300, or you would go into the Philippines where your ticket is going to be probably $1,100 or $1,200 plus minus. So it's very different costs and how you go about it. So I guess if we're talking about unexpected costs, it's usually the interpretation services. The guys don't really consider that, and of course going out, more dates you're gonna go out, more money you're gonna spend on it. So if you go on one date, it's not a big deal, but some guys want to go on 4, 5, 6, 7. I know a guy who went on 8 dates per day, so imagine you buying 8 meals. Yeah, even if it's basic ones, even if it's relatively coffee dates, which not all of them, there's still some of lunch and dinner dates. So 8 dinners a day will end up even in most budget-friendly countries. So just think about it. So think how many people you want to meet, and are you meeting English-speaking ladies, or you're okay with meeting ladies who don't speak English? So that's gonna be your biggest factor for unexpected spending money. Vin says, have a good night everyone, best of luck for finding love. I'm very thankful for AFA that I found mine, and by pure luck. It's been a year now since she has agreed to Imbra. That's good. So, see, that works too. Even normally we say it's rarely when things happen after first thing like this first Imbra contact information exchange. So it's a pure luck, it's magic, and I'm glad it worked for you. Ukraine Dave says, Anna, the men need to stick to the preferred restaurant list. It keeps them out of trouble, like Odessa restaurant situation that Anna saved the day. Yes, so there's a lot of challenging restaurant experiences. Some restaurants have menus for foreigners only, so you open one menu and it's in a local language, and the second menu in English. And the prices are very, very different in two of those, because restaurants know, hey, it's a foreign guy, so let's just get as much money as we can out of him, because he doesn't understand how much things really cost here. So yes, so as Dave said, you want to stick to recommend restaurant list, which we share on every tour. So if you're doing a group tour, in the beginning during orientation, we handle this piece of paper like, here's 20 restaurants within walking distance or short drive from the hotel that we know prices are fine. There is no issues that we had with them before, so you're safe to go there. And if a lady suggests for you to go to some unknown restaurant that's not on the list, you call our staff and say, hey, is this whatever it is cafe a good place to go, or rather not? And they're local, they know better, so we'll tell you, yeah, not a good idea, most likely you're gonna end up with $300-400 bills, so just stick to one of the places on the list. And if your lady insists on going to that super expensive place, well, that's your red flag. If she only wants to go out with you, only if you go to a specific restaurant, that's probably not your lady. And just politely decline the meeting. So, I'm just not comfortable with that, and let's not meet, and go meet another lady.
ใช่ค่ะก็รู้ว่าเดทแล้วกับ
Any update on Argentina tour? Oh, matter of fact, I did talk to John today briefly. He called because he's on that tour in Argentina. He said everything's going fine. They got good reviews, especially from women, and which was more important for us to hear good things from guys, but from women as well, because since it's our first tour in Argentina, ladies are not familiar with what's going on. A lot of them are worried it's some kind of, prostitution thing. And even though we're telling them it's not, they were worried if they're going to be treated with respect, if it's going to be good and safe environment for them to meet a potential life partner. So they were worried. But everything went fine. We got already, after the first social, we got already good reviews from women that they felt safe and secure in environments. They enjoyed being there. They enjoyed meeting guys. And of course, we'll see how many new couples we can have after that, because tour it's work in progress. We're still there. We had about 70 plus women at each social, again, which is really good numbers for a small tour, and especially for the first tour in the area. So we're going to develop that, and looking forward to our next Argentina tour. Dino says, how should I handle nerves without coming off cold or awkward? Rely on our staff. They will, that's why we have an assistant if we can use that word, to assign to on every tour. This go-to person is going to be with you at all times. So if you need somebody, hold your hands, help to break ice, start a conversation for you, she's going to be there. So we're there for you. So, talk to your tour leader, any of our staff members. So even if you're shy and nervous, do that. Some guys, it might require, drink to start the conversation, which is fine. So as long as you don't overdo, it's okay to have 1 or 2 drinks, but don't, sit there, shoot 6 beers and start trying to impress those women. They're not going to be impressed. So everything's good in moderation. Gerald says, hi, how do I watch the live Latin broadcast? I'm not sure how to do it. If I'm not mistaken, it's on every Wednesday, because I think it's on Wednesday. The direction should be on the website, but yeah. So tune in on Wednesday and you'll be able to see that. And Ukraine Dave says, sometimes the lady will insist on her restaurant choice. Don't cave in. I completely agree. If she's really pushing for a specific restaurant, it's really, really not a good sign, because also, it is what it is. In Ukraine, ladies can get a kickback. So, restaurants offer cashback option. More money you spend, more money you get back. You get 5-10% of the total bill spent. So it happens. So if a lady is really adamant to go a specific place, she might really want to go there for a reason. And if she's not considering any options, then it's not your lady. All right, that might have been our last question for tonight. I believe so. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, don't forget about International Women's Day. So say congratulations to the women in your life. Whether it's special ladies or your friends, relatives, just do that. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Monday.